Welcome back to Train Your Mind. In our first session, we explored how mindfulness begins with presence, noticing the breath, the body, the moment as it is. In this session, we build on that foundation by introducing a structured technique that trains two of the most essential skills in meditation: focused attention and gentle redirection. Let's begin by normalizing something that every meditator experiences: the wandering mind. Have you ever found yourself lost in thought within seconds of starting to meditate, planning dinner, reliving a conversation, wondering if you're doing meditation right? You're not alone. In fact, you're human. Our brains evolved to think, to solve problems, to anticipate threats. Even at rest, the mind is active, jumping from past to future, scanning for what needs attention. Neuroscientists call this the default mode network, and it's why your attention naturally drifts. In meditation, we're not fighting that. We're not aiming for a blank mind. Instead, we're learning to notice more quickly when we've drifted and come back. That act of noticing and returning, that's the repetition that builds mindfulness, much like lifting a weight builds muscle. Today, we're going to practice something that will introduce two tools to support this. The first tool will be breath counting. It's a simple rhythmic technique where you count each full breath, cycling from 1 to 10. If you lose count, no problem. You just begin again at 1. That return, that's the training. And then we're going to use mental labeling. This is a soft, non-judgmental way to name what pulls you away. Perhaps it's thinking, worrying, hearing, planning. You simply acknowledge it gently and then return back to the breath. Together, these techniques build what researchers call meta-awareness, the ability to see our own thoughts without getting caught up in them. And over time, this helps reduce stress, enhance emotional regulation, and strengthen cognitive control. So if your mind feels busy today, that's okay. If you lose count again and again and again, that's okay too. Every return is a moment of clarity. Every distraction is an opportunity to practice. Let us begin.
By finding a posture that allows you to be alert, yet relaxed. You can be seated or lying down for this. Just letting your body feel supported. Letting your hands rest wherever they're comfortable. Just taking a moment now to arrive in your body. Noticing the contact points, your seat, your back. Perhaps your feet are on the floor. Just feel the ground holding you. You can take a few settling breaths together by inhaling slowly through the nose and exhaling slowly out the mouth. Letting your body start to soften Big deep breaths, bringing attention to the breath in through the nose. Exhaling slowly out the mouth. Noticing where you feel the breath most clearly. Noticing the cool air in your nostrils. Rising and falling of the chest. The gentle expansion of the belly. Now just allow your breathing to return to normal in through the nose and out the nose. And now with attention on the breath, you're going to count each full breath cycle, the inhale and the exhale, as one. I'll guide you the first few counts out loud, and then you'll continue silently. Inhaling, exhaling, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. We keep counting our breaths on our own up to 10. Counting each full breath cycle. So inhale and exhale is 1. So on and so forth. And if your mind wanders or you lose your place, it's okay. You start again at 1. Let us practice this counting of our full breath cycles from 1 to 10 in silent meditation for 2 minutes. Breathing in and breathing out, we count from 1 to 10. We lose count, we start over again. That is the practice. And each return is a moment of awareness, a moment of strengthening focus. And now we'll add a second layer to the practice, the layer of labeling. So we'll continue to follow our breath, counting our breath from 1 to 10. Now we want to notice what pulls us away. A thought, sound, emotion, physical sensation. When that happens, you can gently name it with a word, perhaps thinking, planning, remembering, worrying, fearing, feeling. And after we label what has pulled us away, we return to the breath and we count again from 1. Counting the breath, labeling the distractions, returning to the breath. Letting our awareness move like a wave that notices, names, and returns without judgment. And let us again practice in silent meditation this counting and labeling practice for 3 minutes. let go of the counting, let go of the labeling, and just rest. Rest in an open awareness. Just noticing our experience. No effort to change or fix. This being present with the breath and the body in an open awareness. We begin to notice and bring focus to our body again, feeling our hands, the sensation in our hand. Perhaps we feel an aliveness in our hands, a slight vibration in our hands. Noticing our feet, sensations that are present in our feet, perhaps where they make contact with the floor or the ground, or perhaps they're hanging free in the air. Just noticing the sensations in our feet. And noticing the sensations where our body makes contact with the surface beneath us. Noticing the sensations that are present there. And perhaps now we can invite movement to return, small at first, just wiggling our fingers a little bit, moving our toes. Maybe a stretch, a shift, whatever feels comfortable, whatever comes to you, let it be. And if you closed your eyes, when you're ready, you can flutter them open, taking in the space around you and noticing how you feel. Noticing how we feel, not in a judgmental way, but just with curiosity. Is there a little more spaciousness now? Maybe a bit more clarity, maybe a sense of calm beneath the surface? Whether you stayed with the breath the whole time or you got pulled away every few moments, you practice. It's important. You showed up. You trained the muscle of returning. That's the work. That's what matters. Breath counting and labeling may feel awkward at first, and that's natural. Like learning a new instrument, your brain is building new pathways, new patterns, new habits of awareness. Over the coming days, I invite you to try this practice. Maybe just 2 or 3 moments on your own, or sitting down and going through this meditation again. And you don't need to set a timer or wait for perfect conditions. Just find your breath and begin to count. And when the mind wanders, notice, name, and return. That's the cycle. That's the training.
And over time, it creates a mind that's more steady, more curious, and perhaps more free. So thank you again for practicing today. Next session, we'll shift from working with attention to working with the body, exploring a full body scan to build sensory awareness and deepen presence. Until then, be gentle with yourself. You're already doing the work, and I'm proud of you. This is Chris Norris, cognitiveFitnessCoach.com. Peace.